Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for the last quarterfinals of the Dubai Sevens. This one, Argentina versus Australia. And we are very close to the kickoff of this contest. Looking through extremely quickly at this Argentine side. It is Germain Schultz, Santiago Alvarez, Tobias Wade, Azad Suk, Santiago Mari, who is also going to be the captain for this Argentine side, Luciano Gonzalez, and also Palandini. Then for the Australians, Henry Hutchison, Ben Dowling, Henry Patterson, Nathan Lawson, James Turner, Hayden Sargent, and Michael Isley. The game is kicked off and it's claimed by the Australians. About 20 metres out from their line. Their last game between Fiji and France ran a little bit longer, which is why this game was starting pretty much at an instant, but already Australia having some nice position early. Nick Malouf trying to bust his way through, can't quite find the offload that he was after. The ball is out the side. Looks like Henry Hutchison has got the position for the Australians. Now going off to the right-hand side here again. Chance to shift this one quite nicely. Henry Patterson just breaks through one tackle. He's got a man right on his heels, but I don't know if Tobias Wade is going to be able to step him. The big man with a great step and keeps going, Henry Patterson. That is going to really burn the gas tank. But in the first minute, Australia already on the score sheet. And the 49th try of Henry Patterson's career. Now Australia will smash Argentina. Is Harry Potter playing? He is not, no. He was playing for the Australians up against the Irish. And Argentina 28-5 and Australia 26-21. And up the mighty Argentina squad, they will smash Australia. Says Drizzy Goat. Well, they certainly haven't started the way that they would have liked to in that case. But Henry Patterson, pace for days. And a big motor on the man to just keep on running. And that's going to absolutely drain the tank. Like I said, 3 games back-to-back as well. You don't really want to be using all of your energy in the very first game, or else you will be extremely tired in the next match. And the next one for these two sides taking place in only less than 3 hours' time. So, pretty quick turnaround. Hello, Hamish. Pumas could bag the Kangaroos, says Ruth. It's going to be kicked off, slapped back by Argentina, who have now got themselves the position inside of their 22, looking for the gap. It's going to be Luciano Gonzalez. He was fantastic last year. Oh, that's going to be a high tackle against Nathan Lawson. Now currently 35 metres out from their line here, Argentina looking to slow it down. It's been a pretty fast start to this game, definitely because about 3 of them had to chase, or at least try to chase, the Australian line break. That's a great kick downfield, or is it? Yes, rolling out 5 metres from Australia's line. That is about the best kick you will see in sevens when you're able to get that ball to bounce in the field of play. Australia not ready for it. And now, great chance to attack. Australia have won 66% of their head-to-heads in quarterfinals up against Argentina, 5 for the Argentines and 10 for the Aussie Sevens. Nicely claimed by Santiago Alvarez. Quick hands. That is a deliberate knock-on coming from Michael Isley. Now, it wasn't completely intentional by the sounds of it from what the referee has said, so it will just be the knock-on rather than a yellow card. Hit the like button, please, people. Kiwi Lads rocks. And come on, let's go, boys. Aussie start well. Aussies are looking hungry, says Ruth. Yeah, both of these sides, they will want to prove something here. Argentina, they always float under the radar a little bit, but they went on and won the whole competition last year in terms of the points. But Palandini now going off to Santiago Mari, the captain. A little bit of work in the breakdown from Henry Hutchison. He's going to get penalised, as he often does, when he tries to get in there. Azad Suk decides that they will once again patiently get ready to take the tap. Oh no, in fact, they're going to call the scrum here for Los Pumas. How late is Spain versus New Zealand? It has taken place at about 11:06, I believe, New Zealand time. So not too bad. We were going to be doing pretty much an all-nighter anyway, so that's considered not too bad at all. Come on, Pumas. Aussies getting desperate. Pumas need to bang it over, says Ruth. The set piece, 57% of the tries for Argentina last year came from that set piece, or in fact, that might have actually been in this competition. Now, nice run for from Luciano Gonzalez. Dragged down just short. Palandini Alvarez with the quick hands out wide. And that will be the try now for Argentina. Quick hands. Gets it into the hands of Tobias Wade, who scores his 4th try and his 25th of his career here. Dubai Sevens already been a successful tournament for their man, Luciano Gonzalez. Great tackle made by Lawson to stop him just short of the line. A WF, are you wearing ham? says Doctor. That's just a shirt, really. I just picked it out. It was hot today. Pumas are quicker, says Ruth, South African time, says Daniel. So that will be 12:06 p.m. South African time, so just after lunchtime. So only about 2.5 hours time, so not actually that far away. We have got there 2 minutes 20 remaining now in the first half, and both sides have got themselves an unsuccessfully converted try. And Pumas by 30 points. Now nicely taken. Now Henry Patterson once again going to be piercing to that short side. He's going to have no energy left for the semi-finals at this rate. He's just made an extra 20 metres or so, the big number 6. Now Dowling going back across to the left-hand side. Henry Hutchinson. Now a nice pass again. Going out to Sargent. Jimmy the Jet Turner. Hangs on to that one 30 metres out, and a great driving tackle there from Tobias Wade, but he manages to get the offload away, and that is when it's the most dangerous, when you lure in those defenders and keep the attack going. Nice spin there from Dowling. If these sides known for having pretty solid defences, although there's going to be a big gap there, and Henry Patterson, no man in front of him, and he will get his second try of the match now for Australia. Let's go, the Boomers get over it. Says Roof, and Lowell says Doctor. 2 tries coming for Henry Patterson in this game. Actually, his 50th try now being brought up. So he's on 48 heading into this game. And with the double here, there's only 2 tries coming in Dubai so far. And done extremely well out on that wing. Bosch, says Mike there, has a holiday mode shirt. Says Doctor there, and somebody's got to defend their Pumas side, says Ruth. Kick is once again missed. So we've seen so far 6 points missed out on for these two teams. You just wonder how crucial those 6 points could be as we get further on in this match. But kicked off again by the Australians. Down towards the Argentine 22. That was head-on-head contact. But I think the ref's going to say play on. Ball bouncing out the back. Now Tobias Wade. Oh, big shot on Luciano Gonzalez. One thing that neither of these sides are lacking is that physicality in this match. Alvarez, that was almost a brilliant offload, but the referee wanted it rather than the Argentine back. Tobias Wade goes back across to Azutsuki. He's been relatively quiet in this first half, just going about his work. Tobias Wade again going back across to this left-hand side. Mare is there, has the pass option out wide to Luciano Gonzalez. Argentina just jogging forward. They've got themselves the advantage as well. And they will go back, and this is going to be, by the sounds of it, a yellow card for Australia. What is that one going to be for? Playing the man off the ball, Henry Hutchinson. That is a second penalty against him in this game. And he will now have 2 minutes in the bin for the next little while. Is South Africa done, or are they playing another game? They will be playing another game. It's just determined in terms of who's in that 7th and 8th place playoff game compared to who's playing in that 5th and 6th. But either way, they will be playing at either around 1 p.m. South African time or maybe around 2 p.m. somewhere around there. And Gonzalez goes, says Ruth. Fish, says Doctor. Nice. But currently 40 metres out from the line here. Argentina will have the dream opportunity to score late in this half while playing up against a 6-man Aussie side. Whoever wins this game, they will be going on to face the Fijians. That is not an easy task. But the semi-finals, they could be well and truly heated. All right, referee wants a quick reset when it comes to scrum time. Ball about to be fed in by Palandini. Asking for a little bit of stability here, and that is exactly what he has got now. On the halfway line, great step from Mare. Goes across to Tobias Wade. That pass was a tough one, but Marcos Maneta takes it well. He's now made his way out there onto the field. Needs to be that game changer that he was all throughout last year and the year prior. Santiago Alvarez has the pass option to Jermaine Schultz, who passes it up. Oh, Henry Patterson is down with an injury. That is massive, and this could be a massive try for the Pumas. Yes, it is. Jermaine Schultz scores it, but at what cost for the Aussies? We've seen Henry Patterson stay down on the ground. That might be his competition done. Of course, there's only 2 more games, and they're both taking place within 10 hours. You can't pass an HIA within that time, or at least can get recovered from a concussion within that window. That could be the biggest hit for Australia in this game. Of course, they still have to win. They're currently down by 2 with this kick going over from Argentina, 12 points to 10 now. And we have got there Meritani has said hi. Are you going to do those games also or not? We are going to be doing the games involving South Africa later on. Even if it is the 7th and the 8th place playoff game, we will be still doing it. I think that's going to be taking place at around, like I said, after 12, maybe around 1 p.m. South African time. We'll get the exact time after this game takes place. We will get to see exactly who will be playing who. But currently, halftime in this game, 12 points to 10 between these two sides. Pumas are on the prowl now. Ouch, good luck, Aussies, injury shame. An Argentinian flag from Ezekiel in the chat as well. The match stats at the moment, 2 tries for the Australians, 2 missed tackles for both of these teams as well, and 10 tackles made by Australia compared to the 5 of Argentina. Australia, they have conceded more penalties, they have had more errors, but they were leading this game for a majority of it. And afternoon, where are you streaming from, says Gatson. So I am currently on holiday, but I will be back home tomorrow. So any videos from now on will be back in the normal location. Of course, not the live streams later on tonight, though. They will still be from here. And the Argentinian flags, says Sebas, in there too. They're just showing there the results of the quarterfinals. We saw Spain get themselves the win up against Great Britain. We saw New Zealand defeat South Africa. And most recently, the win for Fiji over the French, which does mean whoever wins this game will be taking on the Flying Fijians. The second half break, or the second half just about to get back underway after the halftime break. Got there from Gonzalo. Unfortunately, I'm not too sure what that says. I assume that's whereabouts you can watch it. I think Rugby Pass TV may even have some of these games as well, if I'm not wrong. A nice Hamish holiday in Hawaii, says Ruth. And the Aussies look a bit shaky at the moment, says Ruth there as well. Yeah, they're certainly going to have a few good moments in the second half if they want a chance of going on to win this game. But now ready to go. Australia to kick it off from the halfway line. Final 7 minutes for these two teams to really dig it in. And Australia have kicked it out on the full. So about the worst possible start to the half that they could have had. Do you think we can do back-to-back? When last was it done, says Katzenau. Honestly, I'm not too sure of the stats. We've seen some pretty dominant sides throughout the Sevens over the years. But Argentina, they are certainly looking good to go far in this competition. Yet again, nice inside ball from Alvarez, but that time it's going to be knocked back for the Pumas. Now looking to shift this one to the right-hand side. Jimmy the Jet Turner going to be a 2-on-1, and he's going to try and rush across Marcos Maneta. Too much pace, and he will score again for Los Pumas. And vamos Argentina, says Sima. And second half, make or break, boys. And the Los Pumas are so tough, says Ruth. What's the time the game is going to start? The game has already started. We're currently 9 minutes in. And Argentina are leading this one 17 points to 10. If you're talking about that semi-final, it will be in around, I think, 2.5 hours time roughly. But as soon as this game is over, we'll start getting those live streams scheduled so you know exactly when they are taking place. We're looking good so far until our boys get injured again, says Katzenau and Maneta. Beautiful Los Pumas. And Marcos Maneta looking fresh and ready to go. And to be honest, the big momentum shift here, one was the Henry Hutchinson yellow card, but the second one, I think, was that Henry Patterson injury. So pretty much the Henrys. Both Henrys having an impact to the outcome of this game, perhaps, but the kick has missed again, which now means that we are currently sitting 1 from 5 for the overall kicking in this match, which still gives both sides a great opportunity to go on to win this game. Jimmy the Jet Turner out wide, having a lot of pressure on him, but he somehow manages to stay in the field of play. Now Gonzalez reaching into the breakdown, finding that ball, going back across to the right-hand side. Flat ball from Henry Hutchinson, who has made his way back onto the field. I see Henry... Oh, no, that was Isley. Never mind. I thought Henry Hutchinson and Henry Patterson were back out there, but I couldn't quite believe me eyes. But now, on the halfway line here, Henry Hutchinson going back across to the right-hand side here. Australia not really going a huge amount of meters at the moment, but Nathan Lawson can often change that. He has scored an abundance of tries for Australia throughout 2024. Nice step from Henry Hutchinson going up the middle of the field, gets it off to Matt Gonzalez, and he has got just as much speed as he needed, and that will be another try for Australia, making it 17 points to 15. And we got there how many minutes left? 4.5 minutes remaining in this game currently. So another one that will go down to the wire. And what a pull away, Pumas, well done. And Aussie still win at Vamos Argentina. And that is the risk of not getting kicks over. Yeah, allow your opposition the chance to get right back into a game. I mean, this should be an easy kick for Australia, but I think that one's missed as well. Yes, it has. This has been an awful game off the kicking team. 1 from 6. Now, 4 minutes remaining. It looks like another change is about to be made. Yes, says Blues Nate. And we have got their Aussie snapping it in. Great running. And Super Rugby team's new 2025 Yes, says Reed. Yep, they have all been announced a little while ago in their November period. Now ready to kick this one off again. One of the younger players for the Aussies. A lot of pressure on in these final moments, but a good deep kickoff coming from Australia there. Now 5 metres out from their line, Argentina. Good low tackle made. And they're just trying to keep them deep. Good tackle made again by Matthew Gonzalez. Australia applying the pressure. They're looking for their turnover, and the loose ball is there, but it's knocked on by Australia. I said it was stripped, and then it was knocked on. And yes, says Ruth, and Pumas Aussie kickers are terrible. And that's the thing. Whoever wins this game, they're going to have to drastically improve that before they reach that game up against the Fijians. But the problem is, you've got no time to improve it. You've got like 2 hours, and that's normally in that recovery mode. But they just have to be a lot more accurate. What is the next game, says Daniel? The next game that we're covering, I believe, is at 11:05 or so, and that is the match, 12:05 p.m. in South Africa, and that will be the semi-final between New Zealand and Spain. And those kicks ain't easy in 7, says Lilia B. How do we always kick in union and fail to convert in 7, says Katzenel? If it makes you feel better, Argentina did miss a drop kick in that game up against Ireland in the rugby union side of things. So maybe it's just drop kicks that aren't quite the bread and butter at the moment. I'm sure that didn't make you feel any better, by the way. That probably made you feel a lot worse. But 5 metres out from the line now for Argentina. Starting to run this one forward. Nice pass on the outside. Luciano Gonzalez. Him versus James Turner. Oh, he's bumped him off once. And eventually manages to drag the man down. Majos Maneta now. Only 3 minutes remaining on the clock. What's the time there? At the moment, we are sitting 9:14 p.m. So we will be going right through to 5:30 a.m., which is when the last game has taken place. Now, Argentina also having to make a few changes to their starting lineup. Now passing Majos Maneta, flick around the back door from Azutsuk. Beautiful pickup from Luciano Gonzalez. Right. They're going to check that last pass, but if this is a try, and if they, it's no try, it's gone back for the forward pass. And that's going to be a big error from Argentina. Gonzalez, shucks Maneta, what a sight, Pumas. Let's go, Argentina, says Daniel there. We got there kicking worse than my 70-year-old auntie, says Ruth. How you doing the final? We certainly are, yes. We will be live at around 5:10 a.m. New Zealand time, 6:10 for you guys in South Africa for that match. I tell you what, it wasn't a mile forward for that pass. In fact, I think the thing that hurt him was the way that he decided to pass it, though. Round the back always does look a little bit more suspect. But now it's going to be a scrum feed for Australia. Whoever wins will have to face an uphill battle against the mighty Fijians, says Mohammed. Yeah, Fiji currently sitting 4 from 4 for their Dubai Sevens. And that's gone down again. This is using up a lot of time on the clock. Almost your birthday, says Lily B. That is true. Only 3 hours away from my big day. Well, it's not really that big. It's just normal day. But for you guys in South Africa, it's still like 14, 15 hours away, I believe. Our French looked out of their depth, says Ruth there. What's your thoughts on the semis between Fiji and whoever's going to win this game? I think it's going to be an absolutely outstanding game. Both of the sides, I'm sure, will bring a lot of physicality and a lot of pace to the game. Fiji did it well up against the French, although there were moments that they did look shaky, and I feel like that can pretty much summarise these two sides as well. Just a few moments where they haven't been as clean as they would have liked to be. Azutsuk now passing out by Luciano Gonzalez. This is now the try for the Argentines. And Santiago Alvarez scores it. 2 minutes left on the clock. Is that the thing? And the try that the Argentines needed. And we have got there. I always found it easier to drop goal Fresh off the pass, harder than stationary and time to think, says Doctor. A good draw and pass from Luciano Gonzalez. And Crew W says Seba there. But now, can the kick go over? That's the question. No, it can't. Once again, missing. 1 from 7, I think we're up to now for these two teams. And once again, it could still completely change this game. And Argentina finishes with style, says Daniel. Still 1 minute left. Good Lord Hamish, it's your birthday. Or not quite. Happy birthday, 2nd of December, Sagittarius. In Argentina, will you do another stream after this? We have got the next stream taking place in about 2 and a bit hours, or in fact, less than 2 hours' time. And that one will be between New Zealand and Spain. Big bump off there from, is that Henry Patterson? It is. Did he get knocked down in the first half? He's risen from the dead. And he's going to score another try for the Australians. But once again, they will need to try and get this kick over, which has been near impossible for this match. And O says Rugby the second and finish when Argentina says Seba, not quite. Still another 30 seconds left in this game between these two sides. And Henry Patterson gets himself a hat trick. This kick needs to go over. I don't know what's going wrong. I think it's because they don't have Dietrich Roach. They don't have what's his name? Longbottom either for the kicking. And that one's missed again for Australia. But now 10 seconds remaining. And I think that the terrible kicking easily could have cost either of these sides this game. But it seems like in this case that it's going to cost Australia. And they'll be extremely disappointed going with the youngster in that 7 jersey to take on the kicks. Young McGregor. The only McGregor who's done something wrong in the last little while, but that is going to be kicked into touch by Argentina, and that is the end of this game. 22 points to 20, and they are going through to the semi-finals to face Fiji. That is going to be an outstanding game between the two sides. Australia, they could have won this game. They scored the same amount of tries, but in this contest, we have seen a total of 14 points go a-shooing for both of these teams combined. Biased ref, says Stephen. Australia missed 4 kicks. If they had got any of those over, in fact, if they had gotten 2 of those out of the 4 that they missed, they would have won this game. They had their chances. They scored their tries. They just couldn't finish the job in this matchup. Wait, how much did France lose to Fiji by? I think it was in the end about 9 points. Fiji took a bit of a risk, went for an extra try at the end, and did actually manage to get it. So, yeah, decently comfortable win in the end for the Fijians, but definitely not comfortable at times in that match. But we have now seen Fiji versus Argentina. That is the other semi-final that has been confirmed. When is the semi-final? So Spain versus New Zealand. The first semi-final will be at 11:06 p.m. New Zealand time. So that is at 1 hour and 45 minutes time. And then Fiji versus Argentina. That will be taking place in 2 hours, 7 minutes time at 11:28 p.m. New Zealand time. Not gone without the ball. Very questionable call against Australia, says Stephen there. And Fiji versus New Zealand final, and I'll go Fiji to take it out. They always beat the best at sevens for me, and please do another match before that, says Rugby the second. There really aren't many matches that are taking place before that. In terms of the only other game that has taken place that doesn't overlap is Uruguay versus USA in the 9th and 12th place semi-final. But it's not too long, 1 hour 45 until the next one does take place. Can you play Rugby 25 against his Rugby the second? Hopefully, with a couple more updates, once the All Blacks and the Springboks get added to that game, we will be jumping into some more playing of the contest. But just quickly before we leave, we will quickly see what the draw is like at the moment for these two sides in terms of who will be playing who in those next playoff games. And Pumas are dangerous here, says Ruth. But looking through, in terms of the women's semis, it will be New Zealand versus France. That is a big one. That will be taking place. And in the other semi, it is going to be, where is it? The other semi will be Australia versus Great Britain. And then in terms of the men's, we've got Kenya versus Ireland. That is overlapping with the game taking place between Spain and New Zealand. And then the other men's games, as of just at this stage, haven't been confirmed just yet. But of course, as soon as they are, we will be doing a few more. The Springboks are in it. Says Rugby the second. They are in it, but not their face scans and everything like that. I want the actual players, not guys who are named like number 1, number 2, etc. And come on, bro. Fiji Kings of that 7. That's fact, says Drizzy Goat. But yeah, nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. Back a little bit later with some more of the Sevens coverage. But if you did enjoy, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all for the next one.